oceans and the drone industry. And this is like the stepping stone. This is the building block of a framework of and other videos will teach about niching and market saturation within the drone industry. It's really, really key. So I'm going to tell you about blue oceans and red oceans today. So what you are is you're a shark and you want fish. And what you do is when you want fish is you go to a nice blue ocean. And when the first sort of drone industry first started, this was very much a blue ocean. People get their shark and they go there to the blue ocean and you see loads of fish swimming around and you can sit there and grab them and eat them. And you'll be a very full, very satisfied shark. The trouble is, as things develop, more people come in, other sharks enter your waters. They see it, they look at it, they think it looks good, I'll have a bit of that. And then what they do is they'll sit there and go, "Rah!" And this was sort of made worse by the Mini, where lots of people would go and buy a drone from like the local shop or on Amazon, and then they could go up and take some really, really good quality pictures. And that ruined a lot of the drone operations that existed at the time. So what happens to your nice blue ocean? Everything's peaceful, everything's nice. You're a shark swimming along, eating all your fish. The trouble is then these other sharks come along and they sit there and they want some of your fish. They see your waters and they think that's a really nice bit of water, I'll have some of that. So they come and they go, "Wow," and then other sharks come and take your fish. And what you end up with is a horrible red bloody ocean. There's lots of blood and gore, and it's not what you want at all. And the trouble is that is kind of how the drone industry can be to some people. So what we want to do is we want to find a nice bit of blue ocean. So what you want to do is find some other waters. That's one tactic. So that's what we'll talk about today, some other waters. So what you do is you look at other opportunities in the market with nice blue oceans, and you can go there and you can move. And what it is about a niche. So you have a niche, and that's what the new blue ocean represents now. So if you're sitting there in an environment where there's a red ocean and other sharks are sitting there, then one of the options is, and there's several options you can go to, and you can find a different bit of blue ocean and go somewhere else, a new niche, a different market. And there's a lot of people who have a drone business that what they're doing is they're sitting there doing the same things. So they're doing the real estate photography, and they're also doing another classic example, the inspections. There's lots of people in these industries. So the water, the ocean that you're operating has turned really, really red, and sort of all the fish. Now, lots of people, what they can think about doing is they'll reduce their prices. So an analogy of reducing your price is you go for the smaller fish. So for instance, with these markets, there are some big players that take a lot of markets. There's big, massive sharks that come in and go, and they'll eat a lot of the fish. What you do is if you're trying to reduce your price, then you're just aiming for the smaller end of the market. And there is some market there. You will catch a few fish, but what you'll tend to do is get the little stragglers on the outside. You get the little fish. You won't make the big bucks. You won't sit there making good money, because what you're trying to do is you'll focus on the little ones here and there, and get a little nibble. You won't get full. And this represents drone pilots today who sit there and they just reduce their prices. And then what they end up doing is just getting little low jobs that doesn't really sustain them, doesn't really fill them up. They have like almost a perception of success because they've got a little bit of a bite. The reality is that you're never going to compete with those massive sharks who are sitting there eating it all. So we need to think again. So that's what I'm talking about, niching and blue oceans and red oceans. And like I said, what I'm going to do further is talk about this analogy, and we're going to learn a bit further about how it can help you in your drone business. This will be a next video. Thank you.